¿Qué lo que hay, mi gente? Welcome to Let's Hablar podcast, brought to you by Hablemos Productions. Vamos a hablar. ¿Qué lo que hay, mi gente? Welcome to Let's Hablar podcast. We are here today with Kai and Clara, and of course me.
Hi.
But Clara, say hi.
Hi.
So today we're going to be talking about, well, the most unlikely person to do this ever, probably in music, would be Taylor Swift and her diss track. Now, none of us are really invested. Swifties, don't attack us, please. We're not really invested in her stuff way too much, but I think she's the most unlikely person to ever have a diss track. And just the reaction of her diss track in social media is kind of funny because you see the most unlikely people to care about her song to actually care about this song, and they're liking the words that are coming out of her mouth. Thank you, Amy. Very clever to have the K, the I, and the M capitalized in that title. She's talking about Kim Kardashian. So first, I want to just kind of give each of you your opinion. Do you think that you would have ever seen a diss track that wasn't towards an ex-boyfriend coming from Taylor Swift?
I don't think
I
so.
for sure did.
Never.
You for sure didn't?
Mm-mm.
Why?
I just feel like all of her, when I think of Taylor Swift, I think of like relationships. I think of like, I'm hurt. I'm hurt by a partner. And so that's kind of my vibe from her. Um, I know like my dad has made a comment during like the Super Bowl and things like that when there was like rumors that she was going to get engaged, and he's like, there's no way she can get married. Like, what is she going to write about? So like comments like that, it just kind of makes me like, yeah, like you were saying, like I'm not a big, I mean, I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'll listen to some of her music, but like I'm not gonna pay heck of money to go to a concert. I'm not gonna stand in line. Um, but I definitely didn't see her making a diss track about another woman at all. So she just has I feel like when I think of her, I think of like a soft side.
Yeah. That's where, I mean, I don't think she would ever, I never thought that she would ever like subliminally just add something to go towards another woman. Because I have seen her, whatever little bit I do know, because again, I'm not the biggest fan or anything. I know some of her music. I don't know names of songs, but um, I've never thought that she would like go and put another woman out there, you know. It's again mainly about men, her ex relationships, or but in regards to the person that she is naming here, but not naming, it kind of was expected because of all the drama that kind of has transpired ever since that famous, what was it, a VMA or some kind of award ceremony.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, and honestly, again, I never thought I would hear her say anything about another woman like that. Maybe another woman when it comes to the man that she's dated, but not in her personal, like just woman to woman type of thing.
Yeah. I felt like when I initially heard, I was like, okay, that sounds stupid. Like I didn't really think anything of it. I just heard that there was a diss track, and I was like, okay, I'm not even interested. I feel like it's gonna be whack because I'm used to hip hop's diss tracks. And like, what is she gonna do that's like poppy or country esque? Like I don't feel like hearing it. And then I start seeing the reactions.
Yeah, I think
And
that
I'm like,
that's what
okay,
makes
wait a
things more
minute.
interesting.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me watch these videos because now I'm entertained. Now I want to know. Now I feel like I'm invested. Now I want to know exactly what is it that she felt, because as someone who my dear friend Christina wants me to watch the Kardashians all the time because we call it trash TV. Why? Because it's not educational. You're not learning anything from it. It's just basically whatever, just for drama and shits and giggles.
You
And
are
I'm like,
learning how
okay,
not to be,
so yeah, how
what
not to
not
be.
to do.
And I feel like I feel like they're very not aware. Like they're not socially aware or anything aware of their surroundings when it comes to other people's feelings. They're very much about their business, but not anyone else's concern, business, feelings, nothing. It's just them.
Mhm.
And when I saw this one content creator say, hold on, she goes, I don't listen to her. She goes, I've heard of her because my grandkids have heard of her. And she was, I guess, from like Atlanta or something. And she goes, but I don't listen to her music. I don't, she goes, Swifties don't come at me just like we asked, don't come at us. We're not
Uh-huh.
saying that she's a horrible musician. We just don't gravitate towards that,
Yeah.
as an initial. And she goes, did you just say, and this is the first line, it says on here, when I picture my hometown, there's a bronze spray tanned statue of you and a plaque underneath it that threatens to push me down the stairs at our school. So she's essentially calling you like the bully of the industry, which would be like the bully of,
She's a mean girl.
yeah, you're a mean girl, you're
Mhm.
childish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you got her with the spray tan.
Right.
But
That was my instant, like, oh no, you got her with the spray tan. Because we all know that they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go tan. No, you're spray tan. All of
mhm.
y'all are spray tan.
Yeah.
There
Don't go
ain't
there.
nothing wrong with it. That's my thing. Like, I'm gonna own it. Like,
Yeah.
let me get some lip filler or a boob job or something. I'm owning that. Like,
You have
yep, sure
to,
did.
dude. If you're gonna invest in all of that in you, you need to like get
For
on it.
real.
Like, I feel that, when you get something done, you have every right to flaunt it. You have every right to.
Right.
I feel though that when people take that and then like, oh, I feel I look better than so and so, there's going to be a lot of people that do that. That oh well,
Hmm.
look at her or look at that. But I mean, if you are so, it's your investment. You're investing in yourself. So if you have it, flaunt it. Now, if you're going to use
Yeah.
it to make other people feel less than, then of course that's wrong. But I mean, that'll happen in any
Hmm.
industry
Yeah.
or just in general. People are just ugly. There are ugly people. Now, going back to Taylor Swift real
Hmm.
quick though, in regards to like her softness and all of that, sometimes those people are the worst though. Sometimes the ones that
Mm-hmm.
we think are the kindest, they're the most purest, those can be the most evil and most conniving and most like slither their way into stuff because
Yeah.
they have that appearance or they have that persona that they play out. Oh, I'm this cute, sweet, innocent little hometown girl that would never, but yeah, they're the biggest putas. They're the
Yep.
biggest people that just instill, like, plant little seeds here and there to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just how I see it. So, again, uh, Swifties, don't come at us. We're just discussing our opinions. At least that's mine too. Like, um, I don't know her personally, but sometimes I'm more scared of the one that's really quiet and innocent than the one who likes to like woof, be out there and just,
You
because
know
Kim
what to
Kardashian,
expect with the
yes,
girls that are like, the
yes,
ones that are upfront and just mean. Like,
and
okay,
outspoken and
you're just mean.
yeah.
Like,
I feel attacked because I am very nice and very innocent, and I am not a puta.
Oh my God.
you are not innocent, innocent.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
mean,
I am.
maybe the innocent, but you are no. Knock it off.
You're like, you're not
No.
nice.
Mm-mm.
Innocent, yeah,
No.
a little bit,
Innocent,
but
yeah,
the
yeah,
nice, we can agree that that is actually not facts.
yeah. Not calling you a liar, but I'm
Not at
not
all.
saying you're being
But
very truthful.
I'm not a truther. I'm not a liar, but I'm not a
For
truther. Like,
real.
you're not
For
speaking
You're a
truth.
half-asser,
No.
real.
halfway there.
No. And then what got me was like, I'm like, I gotta have to go look at these lyrics. I'm like, I gotta go look. After seeing all these reactions, I have to go look. There's no Mellow, this is not about you. Okay.
It's hello. It is.
Um where and then she goes into the chorus and actually goes and says, F you, Amy, to the night sky as the blood was gushing. And I'm like, wait, oh shit, she got mad.
She
She
said
used her
blood.
words. That was her whole chest. I was like, that was in
You
here.
Amy.
And I was like, now I gotta hear it. And I went to go listen just to that part.
Snippet.
So I typed in that specific part to see if anyone had a video, and they played it. She did sing that with her whole chest, but it still sounded nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it didn't sound mean. And I'm like, okay, first of all, if it were me, I would want you to know how mad I am. Like, I would want you to hear it in my voice, in my tone of voice. Not, I don't want you to think that this is a good time. It is sounding like this is just an upbeat song that until you're like actually listening to the lyrics, you're like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Is she talking about me? Am I the drama? No, I'm not. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta continue to listen. She brings up on here, it says, where is it at? Where does it say? Where she brings up North.
Oh, don't mess with the babies.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's one thing I don't like. Like,
you
don't talk
can
about
mess
kids.
with me personally if I did something to you, and even if
Yeah,
it wasn't me who did something to you, but it was the baby daddy. Mess with me and the baby daddy, but leave my kids out of it. Because then homegirl, then we do have a
right,
problem. That's
right.
that's off limit.
Yeah,
In any genre, in any way of life, I feel, and it goes to that topic then that if, whether it's a diss track, it's music, it's just this, it's just expression. In life in general, if there is an issue between two individuals who are adults, the problem is
Mm-hmm.
between them. Don't bring family into
right.
it. That especially babies, because I'll start a whole ruckus. Mess with me all you
For
want,
real.
but don't mess with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah. And it's the way she brings up North, though. It's not even disrespectful. And that's just the thing. It's not like she's saying something bad about North.
Hmm.
It's more so because we've seen videos, if you go online, you can find them, of North dancing to Taylor Swift songs.
Oh yeah, she
Like,
likes
she's a
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift fan.
Hmm.
And so the lyrics say, and one day your kid comes home singing a song that only us two are gonna know is about you.
Hmm.
So that's where she brings up North, is like, one day she's gonna come home singing this exact song,
And
and you're
dancing
gonna
to it.
know
Hmm.
exactly that this is about you
Yeah, but what does my kid
and
have to
what
do
you
with it?
did to me.
Yeah, I think that's a limit. Like, that's a line. Like, I
Yeah.
get it, but at the same time, like, kids don't need to be mentioned, involved, anything like that. Like,
Mm-mm.
that's that's a no for me.
Mm-hmm.
No for me.
And I feel like that's where it's kind of like, when you think of it to that point where you think kids are off limits, don't talk
Hmm.
about
Yeah,
children. That's how her mom must have felt, because her mom is brought up in this song saying she's a saintly woman, but even my mother wished you unalived. Um, as someone who has like a mom who's short and she's feisty, my mom tries to like everybody, but if you hurt me, I know my mom is capable of not liking you very much and feeling some kind of way. I know that, you know, Clara is a very kind, sweet person. She will help you out if she can. She'll always be there for you if she can, but don't mess with her kids, because you don't want to see that side of her. Do not mess with her children. Um, you will not be her friend.
Yeah, I think
It's
most
just,
moms, and I say most because a lot of us can get to a point or where a lot of us really didn't want to have kids, but then we became moms, and then it's like, and then there's a lot of us that give everything for our kids, and so I think for the most part, most moms, yes, our babies, they're untouchable. Don't mention them, don't look
mhm,
at them, don't nothing. And again, it goes back, if you guys think about it, this whole, I know she wasn't disrespectful in a sense, by saying, "Oh, one day your kid's coming in home and singing my songs or whatever," that you'll know are about us too. But she still mentions the child in her track about the mom, and it goes back to what I was saying. That sweet, innocent little girl is that she portrays is actually very sneaky and conniving. Like, you don't. She should know better. She's an adult now. She's no longer a 16,
Mm-hmm.
17-year-old girl who's still trying to figure out what this is. Um, and so she should know that babies are off limits. Now, if you're going to write a song, oh, your babies are beautiful, thank you, because, you're not letting them get involved, like putting it in there, like, it's not between the babies and I, your babies love my music. It's little things like that. It's different. But when you're like poking at it, oh, one day your baby's going to come home and be singing my songs and this and that, that's like, no, I'm sorry. You're adding, fuel to the gas, to the fire. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, I don't like her. I don't hate her. I just don't like, her. I don't, there's a lot of people I don't like that are in the industry. I like their music. I like the
Mm-hmm.
artistic side of them. I don't know them personally, but whatever little bit of their personal life is put out there or how they express themselves. The thing about me is I read energies. I read energies
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell somebody who is not authentic a mile away. I look into your eyes. Your eyes
Mm-hmm.
tell me everything. So I give you the benefit of
Yeah.
the doubt. I try to find the good in you. I try to see, but she's kind of like not, yeah, I don't trust her. She's not my friend. I don't know, but I don't trust her. Like, I just don't.
Right.
And again, with the babies, to me, I haven't heard the song, but after today, like, I will listen to it and then maybe we can bring it up in another conversation that we have because I would like to listen to it and pay more attention to lyrics and get more context. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Kai, you, what do you think about that section?
Yeah, don't talk about nobody's kids. Don't bring it up. Like just don't. Like I think we talked about it before when we were talking about like Will Smith and like all them. Like
Yeah.
I just don't respect it. I don't think it's a respectful move.
Hmm.
Um like to me that's not like there's so much other stuff to talk about like no, just don't. I have no understanding. Like I get that I get what you mean,
Mm-hmm.
and to me like I get the whole point of a diss track. I get all that, but like again, don't talk about people's kids, bro. It's not that hard to not do it, and it's not that serious. Like at the end of the day, like I get words are powerful and words can hurt and all of that. But at the end of the day, y'all are making hella money.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that serious? Because like kids are kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Hmm.
just leave them out. I don't care. I wouldn't even if they're saying like good things. I don't care. Don't
No,
talk about my kids. Don't bring up my kids. If we have beef, don't talk about my kids. Like if we're not friends, don't talk about my kids. Like there's no reason my children should be
in your mouth.
mentioned or even coming out of your mouth. Period.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's no like it's very black and white for me.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
And
have
for
so
me,
much other drama to talk about. Why do you feel the need to talk about kids? Like
yeah. What I thought was interesting because when I saw someone bring up the fact that she brought up North, they, they were laughing because they started bringing up who basically what we know to be true about North because we've seen clips about it. We've seen
Hmm.
clips where North will, in my point of view, it's disrespectful the way she speaks about certain people. But she's allowed to do that. She's allowed her there's no one correcting her saying don't say that. Um and it's like even about her aunts where she'll talk about outfits that they wore, how they looked, and she'll say it in a disrespectful way and I'm like that's not when I was younger, my mom, if I said something that was disrespectful, it was an instant like, come here, apologize. You're not allowed to say that. It was quickly like, you have to address it in the moment. And with her, it's like, I didn't say that. And she goes, North, I did not say that. She goes, yes, you did. You did say that. And she'll add something to it. There, her what her mom said and how she feels. And it's like, wait a minute. You allow your child to be disrespectful to other people. So people are saying North can be petty and they're like, watch North go walk into her mama's room and be singing that song full blast, knowing that how her mom feels about that song, just to get her mom. And they were laughing, and I'm like, it's still, for me, I don't like when you do bring children into it, regardless of that
Yeah.
child's personality. Like, regardless of North can be petty or whatever, because at the end of the day, these are kids. They have to learn from example. And Taylor Swift is this is why it's so weird for this song to come out, because she's the type of person that is trying to be a role model for young women and children, and she also wants to be that person who talks about kindness and all those things, and she wants to promote that, and also taking back your empowerment after heartbreak in a lot of her songs. But here you are bringing up a child because that child can be petty. That's basically what, like, I got from that. That her daughter can be petty. Decided to go in her mom's room
Excuse me.
singing that same song just to bug her mom.
Oh
That
yeah,
she will
but it goes
probably do
back to
that.
what you were saying earlier. And then I've noticed this being in the education system. What could be disrespectful to us growing up a certain generation is not disrespectful to other people. And then this little girl, she's grown up in this industry to where they're raised by nannies, not even their parents. So, and then, you know, the nannies can have great morals and try to teach these kids certain things, but they're also not the parent. So they are allowed
Mhm.
to express themselves. They're also very observant. They're sponges. So if they hear conversations amongst the adults in the homes, being the parents or tias or whatever it may be, these are all, these kids kind of expect to be allowed to behave or speak a certain way. Um,
Mhm.
I've never heard her. I've seen little TikToks that come up on like my For You page and stuff like that of her dancing to her dad's music, to Taylor Swift's music, to different people. And she seems to be a very smart little girl. But again, going back to the disrespectful stuff, if she's always been allowed to express herself and do things that way and there's no stops to it, maybe to her, because that's all she knows, it's not disrespect. It's just open communication. It's just freedom of expressing myself. I have the right to say what I feel, what I think, what I like, what I don't like. And in reality, a lot of these younger kids don't know what respect is, don't know what certain boundaries could be, because they're not seeing it at home.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
She's a
it's
cutie.
so difficult because they're gonna grow up thinking like, I mean, of course they have heck of money, but it's like when you grow up and you figure out what this world is really about, like what are you gonna do? You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like it's different being an adult and saying whatever you want and having your stability and stuff like that, but like growing up and having like no clue that it's even rude or you know what I mean, those types of things is I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. But it goes back to, like, how we've talked about before. I think we talked in a couple of episodes, I don't remember which one, where there are some people who will never have to fill out a resume.
Yeah.
And there are some people who will never have to feel like they are beneath someone else, even though there could be someone who is more powerful or more rich or whatever than they are. But they feel, because they've grown up in a certain life, that they don't owe anyone anything.
Uh-huh.
They
And
feel
for
they're
me,
entitled.
yeah, they're entitled. They feel like they are owed this respect, but at the end of the day, no one is owed respect. It's something that you have to earn.
Hmm.
And when I think of, putting the children aside, because kids learn from their parents, that's the reality of the situation. We have to teach our kids, and sometimes they don't learn from their parents. Like Glada mentioned, there's also nannies, right? A lot of them spend a lot, pretty much their whole day with a nanny, and probably only see their moms at night, or only see their moms like probably twice a week or something like that, just depending on the situation and depending on the line of work. But you have these children that are learning different types of behavior, but the adults also who are raising these children Where did they learn these things from? Because we know that Chris is cutthroat. She does not care. She will try to get her kids whatever
She's
deal she
evil.
can at
Hmm.
whatever point to be able to get that 10% that she says that she charges from all her children. Um, that's just the reality. And I don't see them as being people who would go easy on someone else if it was on the other foot.
Mm-hmm.
I would see them being equally as cruel or possibly even worse. But can we even say that this is in it? It's like a we talk about it a lot, chingaquerito, because it's like something that you say to hurt somebody, but you say it with a sweet tone
Mm-hmm.
to where it
Hmm.
almost you're not sure if like did I just get insulted?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Did I just get told to shut the hell up? Like you
Right.
just don't know how to react to it. You're kind of
Hmm.
stuck. This is what that reminded me of. It's it's not the typical diss track.
So, what did like? Has there been reactions for Kanye from Kanye?
No,
Hmm.
And have there been
not that
any
I've
like
seen.
reactions or comments in regards to like from Kim or anybody in her like circle?
Not
No, it's
yet.
just mostly
I'm waiting
fans.
to see those.
Yeah, see, like for me, like in conclusion, for me, when it comes to Taylor Swift, going back to the whole morals, respect, and all that stuff, I honestly feel that, yeah, her family, they're, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way by doing my little quotations, they're very Christian or whatnot, but sometimes it doesn't matter what religion you belong to, it's you as a human being. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to add to what you had mentioned earlier in regards to kids learn from parents. They do, but they learn a lot from us or from parents. However, if we really think about it and analyze stuff, we're not with our parents for the most part. Once we hit 5 years old, we're in school. Most of us went to school for a full day. Some of us rode the bus, didn't come home till about 3, 4 o'clock. We'd had to do homework. Our parents were working, making dinner, and then we'd eat dinner, go play outside, come inside, take a shower, and go to sleep and repeat for 5 days a week. And then only on the weekends if we weren't doing sports, if we were. So in reality, we are learning as children from other children, from other adults that are around us at school or anywhere like that. Yes, most of our morals and respect from babies to about 5 years old does come from the home and our family. But if we're really being, I guess, analytical or we're really getting into it, our kids do not learn most of the stuff just from us as parents. They're in the real
Mm-hmm.
world when we're working or when even if we're stay at home parents, they're in school for 6 hours, 7 hours a day. So they're learning behaviors from other kids. They're hearing things from
Mhm.
other kids. They're seeing other teachers, other adults react, act, speak. They're hearing conversations we have no clue about. Then they come home and then they hear conversations from the adults at home or whatnot. So I just feel that now that I'm a mom and I'm in the education system and I see so many different perspectives, these kids learn from anything they can grab onto, honestly. Um, but yes, it does all start at home because as parents, they have to teach us how to walk, how to talk, how to go potty. And they do
The
teach us our
foundation.
morals. Yeah, they are the foundation. However, they start building on their own. We as kids, it's like they always say when I used to watch all these shows, well, where was the dad? And why is this child behaving this way? Where was the mom? Excuse me, working. My child was at school. And then when they're at home, I try to do my best, but it has nothing to do with the foundation. We gave my child, even if I was a single mom or a single dad, I gave my child the best and strongest foundation I could. But at the end of the day, we as individuals are going to make our own freaking choices. Excuse me, beep.
Mhm.
But again, going back
Yeah.
to Taylor Swift, um, I am going to listen to the song just because I need to put more context into it. But I feel honestly that she's not who she portrays to be, and that she is more evil than not. And what I mean by that is just that. how you said chingaquerito, you know, the ones that have this sweet little face that are, oh my gosh, I can't kill a fly. My mom's so Christian, but yet she wished death upon you. Any good mother would do that if you mess with her babies. It doesn't matter if she's Christian or not. Um, you leave my babies alone. But again, I don't, just sing whatever you want to sing about. Just don't mess with other people's kids. Even if it's like a subtle
Right.
little diss, like, you know, oh, your baby's going to go in there singing my song, haha, making funny. Like, so what? Like, stop. Don't even mention the children's. But
Mm-hmm.
that's that's my take. That's my conclusion.
Kai. Kai, what's your conclusion?
Yeah, I really don't. I don't really. Whatever. Um, but it's like it's just sing about what you normally sing about. Like
Yeah,
I feel like don't
She
switch it up
can't. They
because
haven't broken up yet.
okay, so
she can
figure it
talk
out.
about other friends
You know what I
who
mean?
just
Like
broken up.
I feel like if you're known for something that's like
You stick to it.
way left field, I feel like d- girl, knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I feel. Like stick to what you're good at. Like if
Yeah,
you're
because she makes
I feel like
millions, you know.
that's like if you're a singer, all of a sudden you stop singing and start trying to be like an artist or something, like a painter or something, and you can't paint. Like knock it off. Go back to what you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not and again, not saying that like it is bad or anything like that, but I just feel like
Or that you can't be
or
multi-talented, but
or
the fact is, like,
yeah, but like
this isn't your style.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. From like what we've seen, this is not your style. This
Right,
isn't typically
right,
you.
right.
But we're gonna, talk about, something else later because we gotta wrap up soon. But we're going to talk about Mexico since Taylor Swift is very much well loved in Mexico. I think this is a good time to talk about what's going on over there. So join us shortly to be able to speak on Mexico. Viva Mexico. Thanks for joining us on this episode. Remember, listen to her diss track. Thank you, Amy. I think it's the only certain digs, if you look at the lyrics, are kind of good. But, I mean, Chris Brown's diss track towards Quavo is 10 times better. That was very much that was a diss track.
Right.
So I will catch you guys on the flip side. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, mi gente. Remember to tell your friends to tell their friends so that way we can be friends. Con todo se puede hablar.